Welcome back to the Sips of Cinema podcast. Today we're going to be sipping on some more energy drinks as we did in probably the previous video or the one before that. But anyways, I'm your host Cameron. This is my co-host Chandler, also my brother.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about No Country for Old Men because if you watched, was it the previous episode? I think
Yeah, because we were talking about
it was
Peak.
the Peak.
Yeah, it was the
Okay,
Peak
so that was the
episode, yeah.
previous episode where I was going to mention No Country for Old Men, and then turns out he didn't see it, which is crazy. So
blasphemy.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So we decided that we were gonna watch it. Well, me rewatch it for like whatever the 15th time and talk about it. So let's do that.
Sweet.
Roll the intro. Okay, so you watched it for the first time and you rewatched it.
Yeah.
You rewatched it almost right before this. So you're like, it's fresh in your mind. I rewatched it probably for, I don't know, probably the 15th time I'd have to say. But I've also read the book twice and I've studied up on the script because I love, this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
So get ready for a long episode of me going,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to know what you think too, because there's a lot to talk about. I mean, a lot of people hate the ending.
I love the ending.
I know, I do too. I hate it's like La La Land, the way like people hate that ending. It's because it just didn't end the way that they wanted it to. And I just hate that mindset that people have when they go into a movie. They're just like, but it built it up so much, but it ended and not the way that I wanted to. Like, this is not the heroic movie that this is not a heroic movie. This is not a movie about it's not a main bad guy that's out to kill the good guy. Like, that's not the kind of movie. Yes, there is a bad guy and there's a lesser bad guy. Like, I wouldn't even say Llewellyn's that good of a person.
No.
I'd say he's actually kind of sleazy. He's kind of more sleazy in the book, which we can get more into, but he, the movie's about Llewellyn Moss, who played by Josh Brolin, who comes across this,
He did a great job.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. I love everyone in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I always blank on names.
The guy that my contact photo is in your phone.
well, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and crap, he plays the Sheriff Bell in this movie. He's also in The Fugitive. Why do I do that? I like forget people's names so much, and I know who they are. So it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
I'll pop the name up.
It'll come to me, and I will say it.
I'll pop the name up and then put a timer down to see how long it takes him to figure it out.
Yeah. If I would sit here for about 2 minutes to figure it out, and I would, but I'm not gonna do that to you. But anyways, so the movie's about Llewellyn Moss, who comes across this the aftermath of like a grisly drug deal gone bad, and he comes across this suitcase and decides that he's going to take that suitcase and do anything that he can to make sure that he can get that money for him and his wife so that they don't have to do anything the rest of their lives. And also looking for the money, and now Llewellyn is Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem, this insane psychopath who pretty much except for a couple people in this movie, kills anyone that gets in his way, and doesn't, I mean, like just for the fun of it, which they actually mention in the movie. Just he does it for the fun of it. And Sheriff Bell is trying his hardest to save Llewellyn, and that's the entire movie, and it's so good. It's so good. But before I get into it, because I can talk about a lot of stuff in this movie, but I want to know what you think first, because the first time you've ever seen it, so that's crazy.
Well, the first two times, technically.
First two times, but like
I wanted to do it justice because it's such a Cameron's been legitimately raving about this movie for years, and I never had the heart to say that I've never seen it, but so the first watch through, my immediate reaction was like, why does Cameron like this movie so much? Like, why? I don't understand it. Which I guess proves your point that rewatching movies helps.
Exactly. I know what I'm talking about.
But
because I even said the same thing. Like, I'm going to cut you off for a second. But just like when I first watched No Country for Old Men, I thought it was good. And then I started thinking about it like months later. And I was like, I'm going to rewatch that. I loved Anton Chigurh, like just the way he looked. I loved Javier Bardem's performance. I loved the silence of the film. I'm going to rewatch it. And I rewatched it and it became one of my favorite films of all time. But continue.
I did like it the first time I watched it. I just didn't understand the hype. because I was like, the shots are beautiful.
Yep.
Like the cinematography
Roger
itself.
Deakins. He also did Blade Runner 2049.
Understandable.
1917.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Amaze.
Yeah.
But the second time around, and I think while I was watching it, even before I would see it again, I understood more about it the first time around.
Yeah.
Because like, the main problem that I had with it the first time around was that it didn't feel as though there was a climax at all throughout the movie.
I can understand.
The whole movie felt like it was just coast. Like it just coasted the entire time. It started out here.
Yep.
And it ended here. And it was, if any of you guys know the highways in Colorado, vast nothingness in terms of peaks and bellows and whatever, which I don't know if you've ever driven through Colorado, but
I probably have, but it's been so long I don't remember.
When I went to Colorado, this massive side tangent, but when I went to Colorado and I drove there, it literally like 3 hours on a highway without seeing a single hill, a single plant, a single person,
it's
a
like
single
that.
car.
It's like that Las Vegas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had like a problem with it because I was like, well, there's no gravitas. There's no moment in the movie. And then I was rewatching it and I was like, the whole moment, like the movie is the whole
exactly.
moment.
Yep.
It's not, I'm not waiting for something to happen.
Nope.
I'm watching it happen.
Yep.
And like,
which to a lot of people, that's going to sound like complete nonsense, but that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you are. You're literally watching, duh. But like, no, it's different because there aren't like,
there's no high stakes moment because it is the high stake moment.
Exactly. The whole entire thing. The way it starts, I actually really love the symbolic nature behind Llewellyn shooting the I think was it a deer or was it a elk? At
the beginning.
Was it a deer or it was some sort of like horned animal?
Yeah, I think it was
not elk. Why did I say elk?
Yeah,
definitely
not an elk, like a billy goat or something like that.
It wasn't a goat, but it was something like along those lines.
It starts with a C, maybe.
I don't know, but anyway, it's not important. The important thing is I love that the symbolic nature that it opens up with him shooting the animal, missing his shot, and it limps away, and then he never ends up getting his like what he was going for. Immediately tells us he's going to take that suitcase and he's going to do anything. He's going to try and do it. And then spoiler alert, he fails, which we'll get to the ending because that's what a lot of people hate. They hate this ending. Like every single time I talk to someone that says that like, yeah, I do. I like No Country for Old Men, but I just don't like that ending. I always have to just explain to them why the ending is as good as it is, but continue with your point.
So the one thing that I also kind of like, I was waiting for the moment in the movie to explain the name of the movie, like where they came up with the name from, and like if it was going to be this like epiphany thing or if it was going to be
Tommy Lee Jones. Got it.
There you go. How long was that? The timer's on screen.
3 minutes and 40 seconds.
I actually will edit that because I think it's hilarious. But yeah,
sorry.
now
I had to say it.
Now I'm just deadpan. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
The movie is his epiphany. Like
exactly.
It is. Yeah. He decided that it was time for him to retire because this is not a country for old men.
Exactly.
And that's what he is now.
It's not a country for the old ways in which they did it. And I love. It's
like the times will change and you won't go with it.
It's a tragic movie, and that's exactly why I love the ending so much because the ending is like, yes, it's not what you wanted. You wanted Anton to lose. You wanted Llewellyn to win and take that money. That's what people wanted with this movie, but that's not what the movie's about. It literally is about how, which I love the symbolic nature behind Llewellyn just being killed by random people that have no significant value at all in this movie. That was the first time that we see those cartel people killing him, is because that's the way of the world. People kill people for no reason, and it happens in like the most, I mean, it literally happens right after he says, like, he's in, like, after Sheriff Bell is talking to his wife saying that, like, your husband's in danger, like, I'm just trying to save him, and then he literally gets killed, like right then and there. I love the ending so much because one, the evil gets away. And
Mhm.
no, I'm not saying I love the ending because it's so great seeing the evil get away, but it's a really great way to encompass that idea that this was like the last thing that Sheriff Bell needed to like really just understand that this world is not changing. It's just only getting worse. We're in times of, because he talks about the kid that he put to the electric chair for killing the 14-year-old girl, about how it just like it wasn't a crime of passion, that he had just been thinking about doing it for as long as he could, and he's never been able to understand that, and he has his own regrets of his job, and the way that they take care of situations like this just doesn't work the same way.
Mhm.
People will get away with it, people will kill people, and I just love the way this movie's formatted. This, because like I've read the book twice, and it's almost, it's very similar. The parts that are in the movie are almost like identical to the book. There are scenes in the book that are, there's actually a whole entire subplot taken out of the book in which Llewellyn comes across this well, she says that she's 18, but she lies about her age. And then they have this arc together of her and of him and this young girl. And then there's like that it's kind of like in the movie how Anton tries to twist it onto his wife about how he could have saved her and chose not to, even though that wasn't exactly what he was doing. And she called his bluff on that. In the book, they also incorporate him being kind of like this creep, like pedophile around this girl, because they both. Well, are you gonna read the book?
No.
So they both
I mean, I would like to think that I would, but knowing who I am,
it's sad and tragic because she's this runaway girl that is lying about her age, and he calls her on it, and then tries to understand her, gets food with her, just tries to hide out with her, and then in that scene in the movie where he dies, she also dies in the book with him, so she gets caught in that crossfire and dies, and it's a part of that, just like they question like, well, why was he with this underage girl, because I think she was actually like 15 or 16 or something. Jesus. So that was another thing that was put onto that wife of his wife, of thinking that he's a creep. So that was taken out of the book, and the book is
taken out of the movie.
Taken out of the movie, but it was in the book. The book is so good. I mean, even though I just spoiled kind of a big part of it, if you want to sit down and read something, that one is just such a good read. I love Cormac McCarthy. He is an insanely good writer. But I also love how the movie it's so, the way it handles violence is so like uncomfortable. That opening scene. Well, after Bell does his monologue, which by the way,
where he uses Tommy like Lee the Jones, cattle prod or whatever it's called.
I know.
It's not actually called I looked it up. It's like a airlock calibrated pistol or something like that. It just shoots a rod for livestock. Yeah,
it kills him instantly.
Shoots it out and then retracts it so it doesn't leave anything behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
which I didn't realize the first time I watched it. I thought it was just like a nail gun or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought like it would leave something behind.
Because when I first watched the movie, I had known what it was, because I think I first watched this movie after I watched It, which in that movie that they also have one of those guns.
Oh, really?
To use. It's like one of the main one of the kids works in like the farm, and his dad is like forcing him to do it. He doesn't want to. And it's a very similar thing. So when I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, that's disgusting," because I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But which Tommy Lee Jones, his like narrating voice is so good. Like I love the way the movie opens with just like this like empty, desolate, just silent like world, and it's just him reminiscing on his past and how he's like losing control of the way society is now. And then we see Anton Chigurh for the first time, and then he gets taken to the station, and then immediately just takes that deputy out and chokes him, and then like his artery bursts and the blood splatters, which in the book the blood splatters on the wall, but they didn't insert it.
The face he has is so
crazy,
sinister.
It's disgusting. He won an Oscar. You know he won an Oscar for the role, right? Yeah. So that it's one of the best like supporting roles I think I've ever seen. He's so good in the movie. It's absolutely insane.
Back to Tommy Lee Jones for a second. If they got him to do like the Audible audiobook, I would 1,000% read the book.
Because when I read the book, I have his, because the book opens the same way with him like doing that whole monologue. I literally read it in his voice, and like I read it with the character's voice. But yeah, that would be awesome if they got him to. I mean, he's getting old now. I think he's like 84 or 5 or something like that. But man, that would be so cool.
It'd be sweet.
That would be really, 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 really cool.
The thing that was, and I looked it up because I was intrigued by it when I looked up the whole like the airlock pistol or whatever that thing is called, the other weapons that he uses. It's interesting, and it was what's the word for it? An acronym or something like that, where it takes place in the early 80s, right?
Yeah.
The technology,
I think it's 1980, like
dead on
1980.
Yeah. So 1980 is when it takes place, but some of the tools that Anton uses for his weapons weren't like invented until 87.
Really?
Like the massive silencer.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
so
suppressor.
actually, so what's funny about that is that silencer doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
and that shotgun doesn't even exist either. They literally built that whole entire rig for the movie, like
which is what
it's the coolest shotgun ever.
It is. It's very cool.
It's so badass.
But so I looked it up and I was like, well, I think an anachronism is the word when it's something is taken out of a different time and put it into a different thing. So if something came out after the fact and it was put in place in a time period before, it's considered an anachronism. I think that's the word. I might be wrong. But what I think was cool was like his whole approach to well, in lack of a better word, murder.
Well, yeah, you can say that.
It's just like,
we're not going to say schmurder or anything.
No. I just mean like there's no grander word.
Oh, okay.
Like there's nothing like it's just that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so like methodical and calculated and precise, and he treats it like it's livestock.
Oh yeah,
like it's there's no human nature to any of it. It's just I'm herding the cattle and I'm controlling what I can, and that's
remorse.
It. So being like you just said, the shotgun or whatever, the silencer, it doesn't even exist, just shows that like he just did whatever he wanted. He designed, developed, and built this thing that even when he shot it, it didn't even sound like a gun.
It's just like
it was like a like, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Awesome.
It's
like so it's like probably like one of the best on-screen props, like gun props. It's so good. And that scene is nuts. I love that scene where he practices opening the door and flicking the light switch on to like
that was
like to practice shooting the people. That scene is so good. He just opens it and it's so silent, which I don't know if did you notice this? No soundtrack.
Yeah,
there's no score.
I like when
they
movies
chose.
do that.
I think there is a score, but like like there is like I think there's an official score because of like a couple things, but other than that, they didn't do any score for this. They wanted it to be as quiet as possible, which that is like one of the best decisions they could have made for this movie, is like having it be as quiet as it is. Like those, like the footsteps of him and his socks and like setting down.
I like his shoes.
I like his whole,
I like
get up.
I like Anton's shoes.
His and which you know what, I like your point about how his guns or like the weapons that he chooses aren't like, they're very kind of out of place, or they haven't been like invented yet, or they're from a different time. I think like Cormac McCarthy, the way he writes his characters, because there's also a book that he wrote. I'm blanking on the name right now, but there's a character in it that actually I'll just look it up just so I can make a clip if we want to. But there's a character that they obviously haven't made a live action version yet. It's Blood Meridian.
Okay.
Let me look up the villain name so I can get it right. Villain name. Judge Holden. So in Blood Meridian, there's this character, Judge Holden, and I haven't finished the book yet. I do want to finish it. People consider that to be like one of Cormac's best books, best villains. and they haven't made a live action. Nothing's been announced yet for a live action, but people just say that is like Judge Holden is one of the most uncastable characters, because that's like how Cormac writes his characters, just these like pinnacle embodiments of evil,
like evil.
Because like look at Sugar, and just look at how he looks. To me, that also falls under that category of just a very unlikely person, like with that hairstyle, that pale face. It sounds like almost like he looks like what, like a police sketch, whatever those people are.
Yeah,
like how
artists.
they would sketch someone look. That's how he looks, just someone that's almost unidentifiable. And he is like, I mean, he literally is like, he is the embodiment of evil. That is who Sugar is. And I also love the scene, and it really, it's a testament to Javier Bardem's performance. I love the scene, and we'll get to talking about the clerk scene and like the at the gas station, because that's like a masterclass scene.
I
one of my favorite scenes ever. But the scene where he's looking for Llewellyn Moss first, and he goes into the woman's office to ask. He asks 3 times. He asks, where does he work? And then he asks, where does he work? Like, he gets really intense about it. And she says, I can't give out no information. And then he changes his demeanor. He's like, where does he work? To like try and trick her into like being nice about it. That's like, that is crazy. Like, that's like a scene I think goes unnoticed when people watch this movie or talk about this movie. Like, that scene with Javier Bardem's performance and the character, that is just like, he's literally trying to like lure in his bait to just like, I mean, it's creepy. And then I think he like actually genuinely respected her, like not giving out the information. He had no reason to kill her. He was just respecting her, and then he left.
I was so, even both times I watched it, I was so confused as to why the flushing of the toilet was his pivotal moment to leave.
Yeah, I know. Like, I thought that too.
Where does he work? Yeah. Where does he work? Where does he work?
And then
turns around and walks away.
I know.
Okay, weird timing.
Exactly. But the I guess now we can talk about the gas station scene, because man, that scene is like, it is like somewhat like some masterclass filmmaking. So this movie's made by the Coen brothers. So Ethan and Joel Coen. They also did The Big Lebowski, Fargo.
I bought that poster, by the way.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
When we went to go see Project Hail Mary in IMAX 70mm, I found an artist on Instagram, and they did a Big Lebowski like art print. Yeah. And I bought it in foil. I can't wait for it to come in. It's gonna look so cool.
Which, by the way, Project Hail Mary and IMAX 70mm, we're not gonna take much time talking about it. Absolutely.
You find it.
You can't. I don't think it's playing anymore, but they
bring it back.
They are bringing it back for IMAX showings, just because I think it's already made $500 million, which is it. Actually, sorry. I think 380 million, and it's on track to make 550 million.
I mean,
which is insane. That's already
380 million already.
They've already broken even.
Well, I wasn't going to say break even, but isn't that how much Sinners made in general? Didn't you say Sinners made 380 million?
Yeah, but Sinners is an R-rated movie.
No, so I know. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that it made that much money in that short amount of time,
it's like I'm good at predicting
unbelievable. This movie's gonna break records.
In 70mm, it was like kind of life-changing, actually. It was really, really cool.
We both cried in the astrophage scene.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. But anyways, back to No Country for Old Men. The gas station clerk scene, that is, it is such an amazing scene.
It's probably my favorite scene of the movie.
I think so too. I mean, and it's like it's such a like obvious pick to be like, that's my favorite scene in the movie. There are so many great scenes.
Oh yeah, no, there are
like
a lot.
That scene is just again, playing with his food. He's literally just like trying to get into his head, and like literally like asking him, what time do you go to bed? Oh, I can come back at that time. Why would you come back? We're closed. You already told me that. It's just like, oh my gosh, like rage baiter to the max. And by the way, the clerk, he is amazing in this scene too. He is absolutely amazing. He really like convinced me that he is like scared shitless with who's in front of him. And I love Roger Deakins, one of my favorite cinematographers. The way I love the scene in that, like, just the particular shot. Like, they didn't even need to do this shot, but they did it. And it was the scene where he, well, one, I love how Anton is just eating nuts in front of him and like literally kind of.
How much are these?
He's like turning it into paste in his mouth. That is just, and actually, I think that was I don't know if that was a character trait that Javier Bardem decided to give the character. I forget. It's been a while since I've read the book, if that was a scene in the book. But just him, like, one, he makes nuts look really good. Like, just now I want to eat nuts. Like, that's like just completely taken every single flavor. But just the way he just eats the cashews, he just is like, you've been here all your life? Is that your house out back? Like, just like
married into it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, and the scene where he chokes and like gets in the like regurgitates it in the exact same scene. He's like, you married into it. Like, just, and he kept eye contact. Like, that acting is so nuts to me. Like, it is. Yeah. You got me. But I love that scene. And I didn't even get to it. The shot that they got of after he finishes that whole entire conversation where he like has the cashew bag all crumpled up and he puts it on the counter, and then there's just that like 5-second shot of it slowly. It's just like, that's what I love about cinematography, is because they didn't need to do that scene. They could have easily forgot or just not incorporated that scene, but they shot it, and in the editing room they decided to even incorporate that scene. And it's just like a nice just like culmination that this whole entire tense scene that was just getting more and more crumpled, and then set it down, and then it's unraveling.
All the tension
that tension is easing off. It's such a small detail that I love about cinematography, is that it's just simple things like that can really like make a scene just like, it makes, like, they made a bag of nuts like tense. Mm-hmm. Like, just why are they showing me this bag of nuts on like expanding? Why are they showing me this? It's just the tense moments in this movie are so good because they do it so well. They have him kill people, and then they have him having conversations with people almost about to kill them, and then we're just like what's about to happen, and then he doesn't kill that person. It's so good. You continue talking. Like, talk about scenes that you like in the movie.
Well, I'm going to talk about that scene.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to continue talking about that scene because my favorite part of it is the actual coin flip itself.
Oh yeah.
Not any, like, the other parts of it are obviously cool too, but like, I like the coin flip for two specific reasons. One, because it shows just how psychotic he is, that he will leave killing someone up to a coin flip.
Yep.
Even if he has no other reason to kill them.
Exactly.
And second is it kind of showcases that luck is what you make it.
Yep.
Because he literally like flips it. The guy says, well, like, what do I win? And he goes,
I didn't put nothing up.
Yeah. He's
you
like, you
put
stand
it up your whole life.
Yep.
You just didn't know it.
Yeah. And that, like, the gravity of that scene alone is awesome.
Yeah.
But at the end, after he wins the coin flip and he goes, good for you. This is your lucky quarter.
Yeah, I know.
And he goes to put it in the pocket. And
well done.
Yeah, well done. And then he goes and he takes the quarter and he goes, don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's your lucky quarter.
Because then it'll get
mixed with the others and it'll just become a quarter.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and goes, which it is.
Yeah.
Which is like, luck is what you make it. Like, you either put it on a high pedestal and you ride as though luck is on your side, or luck doesn't really exist. Mm-hmm. And you kind of just go about your day.
Yep.
And it, like, luck is a thing that people think about, but it's nothing that has true impact. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's a good distinction of how you can think about luck.
Another shot, and clip this, by the way, for TikTok and Instagram or whatever. But there's a scene in the gas station scene in No Country for Old Men, and I'm only saying that for the clip, but something that I don't see anyone talking about in this scene. I've never seen anyone point it out, and I've rewatched it so many times that I start looking at things a little bit differently, and I can pay attention to other things. And in that scene, what I love so much about the set design is if you look behind the clerk and look at the things hanging above him, they're like these, I don't know if they're zip ties or something like that, but they're like loops, and they look like nooses.
Yeah,
and it's
they do.
Looming over his head. Like, this whole entire scene, death is like looming over him. Mm-hmm. And it's just such a cool detail. I love how they I love how people just think of that kind of stuff because like no, they don't make a point of it. Like they don't make it like, oh yeah, those are nooses hanging over your head, or it's supposed to look like that. It's just the concept. It's just the set design. It's prop placement. It's so good. I love that scene. And I well not scene, but I love the way that they frame it and how they set it up because it's
Mhm.
so good. It's such a masterclass scene. And talking about Anton Chigurh is there's because like how you were talking about how he has these weapons that just seem so out of place with the time period being that it's in the 80s and some of the weapons just haven't even like come out yet until like 1987 or blah blah blah. But also there's a lot of there's a lot of mystery behind his character too because he does a lot of uh medical stuff, which
Mhm.
a lot of
I
people
love
have
that
like
scene.
predicted. Yeah, a lot of people have predicted that, or just kind of have the idea that
Theorized.
he was like a medic in the army or something like that. Like he has medical experience, and that's why he's able to know all of these things. Also, I love the scene where he gets the torn fabric and like puts it down into
The
the
tank
gas
takes it up and
tank
then lights it.
and
Yeah.
blows it up, and it's such a good scene. Just an amazing pan of him walking into the medical store and or the drugstore, whatever.
Pharmacy.
Yeah, the pharmacy, and just slowly gets quiet, stays quiet, and then boom, it just blows the glass down. He does it as a distraction. It's just he is so well like he just like it's just such a good I don't know the way that they built this character is so good. I
Mhm.
love that scene. It's so good. And then I love the scene where he's in the hotel, and I love the acting that Javier Bardem does when he takes his boot off and blood like pours out. He looks so pissed that he got shot. Like
Mhm.
he looks
He
like
doesn't even look hurt.
no,
He's just
he
like,
just looks
God,
like
what the
he looks like he's about to like cry. Like he
Mhm.
just is like he just can't, he's so embarrassed that he got shot. Just like it's such good acting.
Also just a complete badass scene.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Being able to do
injecting
that.
yourself with like numbing agents and picking the fragments out
Yeah.
of your leg without wincing,
Nope.
without just having the same stone cold face the
Exactly.
entire time,
And like
and then immediately walking.
I
Like
know. Yeah. And like the not even like the big hole in his leg didn't even creep like doesn't didn't even like make me tense up. The scene where it's a close-up shot of him giving himself a shot with all that liquid, that made me just like, oh god, like that's so much liquid. Just
yeah.
like I could feel like the liquid going into my leg. Like that's just the
Yeah.
like the eerie, just creepy, tense nature of this movie that happens so much. And it's like I said, I rewatched this movie so many times, and on this particular rewatch, I was looking at death, like the death scenes, so much different. Like being able to like actually just kind of be scared almost for like how like scary death actually is and how easily it can be taken away from you. Like that
Mhm.
guy that he pulled over and then just like boop, just like killed him and then he just fell on the ground. Or the two guys that he shot at the cartel scene to take the money for himself or whatever to take the
Can you hold this?
yeah
Oh, here, can I see
yeah
that?
can I take that for a
Bang,
second? Yeah,
bang.
sure. Boom. It's just like wow, it's crazy. It's just there's so many great scenes in this movie, and
I
I
like how he highlighted the place that he was going to shoot before he shot. Like shines the flashlight on his
yeah, just
chest.
so he could see.
Bam.
Yep,
Shines on
boom.
his face. Bam.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's I really love this movie. There's so many things that we could talk about.
Well, one thing I want to know because you read the book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do they ever
It's been a minute. I want to rewatch it, but reread it.
do
But
they ever disclose if he actually kills Llewellyn's wife?
oh yeah, yeah.
He does.
Oh yeah. Well, well, in the movie, it's very clear that he does because he checks his feet. He does that like to make sure there's no blood on
Oh,
his
I
boots.
must have missed
Yeah,
the
so
I must have missed that.
he walks out of the house after he says, "Well, I got here the same way the coin did." And
Mhm.
then he walks out of the house and then he looks at the bottom of both of his boots. So that's how they
Imply
but
it.
in the book he literally says they have that whole entire like I think it's a little bit of like a longer conversation, not much longer. It just kind of once you read the book, it's like, okay, this is kind of repetitive. They're kind of saying the same thing. It was the same thing with
when he said
Wells.
I can't call it for you. You have
Yeah,
to call
exactly.
It. Did he just keep doing that?
And actually, I think what I like in the movie is that she stuck her ground and didn't call it. She called it in the book.
Oh,
and he flipped it.
Yeah.
So it actually, I think the way it is, she's like, all right, tails or whatever. She says tails or heads, and then he flips it. I think literally it's written in. I think it's like he flips the coin, looks at it, and then he shot her. I think that's literally how that whole entire storyline ends in the book. Is it literally says then he shot her. so yes. So in the book, so she does die. And
what about the guy from the accountant's office or whatever?
The
not the guy that he obviously shot, but the guy was like, "Are you gonna shoot me?"
Oh,
and all he did, he just turned around and he said,
yeah.
"Well, that
well,
depends.
Do you see me?
Did you see me?
Or like,
or do you see me?
It's just like one of those like the funny jokes. It's like, oh, there's a bear shit in the woods. It's like that.
And then the awkward like wide pan of both of them just standing there for 10 seconds. And
I know.
And Anton's like,
he definitely shot him.
That's what I'm thinking too. But
I actually,
again,
it's been a while. I know that he was a character, not the thin guy that asked if he was going to get shot, but I think the other guy was, because they do have that interaction, Wells, and like, because when he talks about, well, I love I always question this too, where he says, oh, and by the way, I was counting the floors and there's one missing.
I love that line.
There's because they don't ever like officially confirm anything about it, but there's just theories behind how they're running everything, and all the on that one floor that's missing is holding all of like all the stuff that has to do with the drugs and the cartel and all that stuff. So they run the system, and are probably are very much involved with Anton Chigurh and is the reason that he is the problem. But I do love that line. There's so many things in the movie and the story that kind of just like throws things in there, but just to leave it up to your own interpretation about it. But yes, I think that character, the big guy that gets shot, I think he's in the book, and I believe he gets shot too. I think he gets shot in the neck, and they even talk about how he kind of gurgles on his blood.
Well, he did in the movie too.
Yeah, no, I know. I just mean in the book. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. And I love the scene with Wells in I think that's his name, right? The one that the one with the cowboy hat, the one that's I think his name's Wells. I think his name is Detective Wells. Yeah, it is Detective Wells. I love that scene where he's like, oh, Carson Wells. Yeah, Carson Wells. He's like, hello, Carson. Let's go to your room. It's just like he's trying to be nice. Like he's like the way he's talking is just like, oh yeah, let's go to your room so I can kill you. That scene in the book is super tense too. It's very, very similar. It's more graphic in the book, because like in the book they describe how he shoots like half his head off, and like you can see his brain in the book. So they describe it and how the blood like splatters on like the wall behind him through the chair. And they do it a little bit differently in the movie, where they don't show any of it. But I love the scene, like the shot of the blood, like
pooling.
It's just like, it's so gross because
he's like on the phone. He goes,
exactly. He just like puts his feet up. It's so just like disrespectful. It's like just like ugh. I don't get that blood on me. It's there's so many great scenes in this movie. Let's see what's another really good scene.
I also like the fact that he let the phone ring like 4 times to make it look like he was going to let Carson pick up the phone, and then just like shot him.
And then at the
like,
very,
out of nowhere.
I know. And then at the very end, when Llewellyn hangs up the phone, he just looks over at Wells like his dad, like, huh? Like, did he
actually just hang up on me?
But I mean, let's talk about Llewellyn, because I think, like I said, I don't think there's any like necessarily good person in this movie, except for obviously, like his wife, who's like kind of like the innocent bystander of like,
and the sheriff
even though he kind of has his own kind of like regrets in the past.
His partner, his like deputy.
Oh, I know,
dude.
Oh, sheriff.
What a
we just missed him.
What a klutz.
Yeah, I know. We just missed him.
Whatever the word is.
We got to put a call on this. Oh yeah.
What are you gonna tell him? There's a guy out there
recently drank milk. I love how he pours himself a glass.
Sheriff, where's your pistol? I'm hiding behind you.
I'm hiding behind you. Yeah, I know. He kind of gets on my nerves too, but it's kind of like I like the dynamic though, because like it also is a part of that like No Country for Old Men, like the way that he's also kind of being like there is no more old sheriffs, like there's no more, like everything's changing, and now his deputy is someone that's 50 years younger than him or whatever, 40 years younger than him, that is just has no idea. And it's I don't know, but like I said, let's talk about Llewellyn, because the more I've rewatched the movie, the more I kind of like, I don't know if I don't, not dislike, because I love his character, but almost like he does kind of seem like not a great person.
Oh yeah,
like just the way he kind of talks to his wife, the way that he kind of like handles situations. He's a very kind of selfish person with it. And obviously, I mean, he puts himself into this really bad situation of just taking the money and then not giving up on it and doing like, I mean, just like putting himself into this whole entire situation, putting his wife at risk, well, end up getting his wife killed. I think that he is a very, because every character in this movie has like a very important part in what the story is trying to tell. Llewellyn is the guy that is like not necessarily a bad person, but also doesn't have any good morals behind why he does what he does. And I love the scene with Llewellyn after getting like really injured, and he comes across those three boys to ask for their coat and the beer. And I love how it's kind of like a visual representation that there's always someone that like there is some good in this world, because you have those two assholes, and then you have the one friend that's just like, just give him the beer. Like he's actually concerned about his well-being, and I really like that. Or at the end of the movie, the two boys that come across the evil of the movie that are just innocent. They don't know what's going on, and they're just being nice. Like they're just nice people. And I think it's just a reminder that there is that level of humanity that's left in the world, that there are those kind of people, and I really like that. I like that inclusion in the movie. But yeah, drawing a blank.
Llewellyn.
Yeah, Llewellyn. Well, what do you think about him?
I liked him at the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
Like the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then he opened his mouth, and I was like,
yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I mean, kind of just conflicted the whole time in terms of like his characters and his morals and his whatever, because it seemed like he cared about his wife. It seemed that he wanted her to be safe, but he also contradicted like everything that he did by constantly causing all these problems.
Yep.
And like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, he said he was like a steel worker, right? Isn't that what his profession?
Yeah,
or a smelter.
Yeah,
or
he's
a welder. A welder.
Yeah, he was a welder and a vet. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was just like finally got what he thought he was owed, like with the money or whatever, and just ran with it. But like at every single opportunity, he just like ruined it more and more.
Yep.
It was impressive what he did to Anton, and the fact that he like saw him and got away
and
alive.
injured him.
Yeah, and injured him.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was cool that he used like a modified shotgun as well, like a snub nose.
Yep.
Or what is it, like a sawed
off shotgun.
Sawed off shotgun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, him as a character though, it was just kind of like,
I mean, he's a great character.
Oh yes,
I love every character in this movie.
The character is great.
They're
I just
all
mean
great.
like the character itself, the morals.
Yeah.
Plus Josh Brolin did an amazing job.
He is.
He's just
he
fantastic.
He is so. Everyone is so good in this movie. I love Josh Brolin in this film.
Yeah, but it was just the whole movie. Other than like, it's kind of the same way that I said it before, where like everything was kind of stationary the whole time. Every character also felt very stationary.
Yeah,
like Anton shows up and kills someone.
Yep.
Moss shows up and takes the money and doesn't do the good thing.
Yep.
The sheriff's the sheriff.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I love how the sheriff almost doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, I know.
Through the movie, like, and I think that is part of like everything. It's like everything is ahead of him now. Like he can't catch up to it. He can't. Yeah. He's too slow to it, and it's just like
two steps behind.
He's getting old, and he can't keep up with the way the world's moving, and it's really good, and I love the ending. I
love his monologue at the end.
I know. Well, I just love good. I think the way the movie ends is honestly one of my favorite endings. Just the way that he tells about this dream to his wife, and then like we get so wrapped up into this like story that he's telling, and about how kind of it's how not comforting, but how it's kind of like turns into this like nice story or whatever. And then he goes on about it, and then he's like, then I woke up, and then the movie cuts there. It is such a great ending, and that's exactly how the book ends too. It's exactly how the book ends. It's such a good scene, and I love
the very last line of the book is "Then I woke up."
I'm pretty sure.
That's really
sure
cool.
That I woke up. It's so good, and he has it. If you love his monologues, I think he has more in the book.
Cool.
He has I think he has at least 4 more that just happened throughout, and I think they sort of like wrap them all up in the movie into like the ones that they do. But I love the way it opens with his monologue. It's so good. I think one of my favorite parts of this movie though is the silence. I really just dig how it doesn't need any sort of score to add any sort of tension or any sort of like to let you know that like something bad's gonna happen. It kind of just, you need to like, it's the dialogue, it's the writing, it's the acting, it's the cinematography, it's all that work together to really make this as tense as it is. And again, I think like the main thing that people don't like is the ending, and I think that it's a really important thing to
grow up.
Exactly. No, seriously, grow up. To have more of an open. I mean, you can have your own opinion about it. That's fine, but I think that when really trying to understand something that's different than what you usually watch, which is like a movie that you can typically predict the ending, it's good to have a movie that doesn't have that sort of predictability. It really just comes out of nowhere, just like how he got hit in it with the car. Like just someone ran a red light and he got hit by a car, and
I thought that was so funny.
That's how he got mostly damaged in the film, was he broke an arm because some idiot just like ran everything at
also, that dude dead. The dude that hit him.
I know, he was like
they showed him for like 3 seconds.
He was like that in the car. I know, he got major whiplash. I know, I was gonna say and they're right next to each other.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I love the ending. I love how it wraps up in that way that sort of just like averts your expectations and becomes something more than just
you say this a lot. The word is subvert.
I know it. Yeah, it's subvert. It's not over. It's subvert.
I did that in your most recent edit. I don't know if you watched it during the video of, what was the most recent one that you had me do? The Undertone.
Yeah,
movie?
I know. I always do that.
You said I can't think of the word, and I put it down. I said subverts, and then 10 minutes later or 5 minutes later, you go, oh, the word I was thinking of is over, and I put still subverts.
Oops. Subverts your expectations. And is just a incredible ending that understands what kind of story that it was, because it wasn't a heroic movie. It wasn't a movie about someone that's gonna get the prize at the end of the movie, the millions of dollars that they have. It's not someone that was gonna kill the evil. It's not a movie that the evil was gonna lose. It's I wouldn't even say the evil won. I would say that
the evil persists.
It's exactly, that's literally what it is.
That's the point.
The story is just going to continue. Like
there will always be evil.
Always is going to be evil, and it's always going to be out there. It's there's not a it's literally just, now he's just on to the next person. It's not Belle's problem anymore. It's a really good ending. It's a great ending. What I don't understand though, and I've always questioned this though, was how Belle and Anton were in that same scene together with when after he goes back to the motel that Moss got shot at and died, Anton was there too behind the door, and you could see it because he blew out the lock, and you could see the reflection that he was in the reflection of the door. So he was there, and then when he went in there, he escaped. But they show the air conditioning, but there's no way that he fit into that. No. How did he?
I don't think that he did.
So do you think he was still in the room?
He probably was in there, and
you think he was under the bed?
No. The thing that I like about the scene, though, and I didn't even think about this until you started talking about the scene, was that I don't know why I can't remember his name, but Tommy Lee Jones' character, the sheriff, whatever.
Yeah, Sheriff Bell.
Sheriff Bell, yeah. He considered Anton to be a ghost. He didn't even think of him as a real person because he's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the other sheriff or whatever was like, nah, he's real.
Yeah.
He went in there and he killed that guy, and then he came back and he killed another guy.
Yeah.
He's real.
Yep.
But he's like, nah, he's a ghost. You just never see him. So I think that was just supposed to be like symbolism of how he's a ghost to the sheriff. Yeah. So like he's never gonna catch him.
Got it.
And I just assumed that he like snuck behind a counter or hid somewhere.
Or something. Yeah.
Or like when he opened the door, he was behind the door. Yeah. And then when he went to the back of the room, he just like walked out the front door and moved the door back or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. But
yep.
I just think of the symbolism where it's just like he's a ghost.
I love how Anton was hiding too. Like he was literally just like hiding. Like he was staying still. And it was just, I don't know. This movie's so good. It's a great film. I mean, there's so many amazing scenes in this film that you can study, that you can just understand more. And I think it's a really important film to watch to kind of build your up your like film watching expectations,
repertoire.
Because I feel like a lot of people really do, tend to have their own, like, this is how I want my movies to end every single time, but they don't ever give a chance to a movie that ends a little bit differently and doesn't really, stick to your expectations. So I think that it's one that you should definitely watch if you haven't, because it's one, just amazing acting, amazing writing, great direction, great cinematography. It's a masterpiece. It's a great film. And if you love reading, read the book too, because the book is if
you're Tommy Lee Jones,
definitely
make the audiobook.
Yeah, make the audiobook. But the book,
but only if you're
him. The book is like I said, everything that happens in the movie is pretty much in the book, and so you can like just basically rewatch the movie while you're reading it. But while you're reading the book, there's also different scenes that don't happen in the movie that you can really like. The scenes in the book are really great. I love Cormac McCarthy's writing. He is great. But yeah, so that's No Country for Old Men.
It was real good.
It's a great movie. So
someone who's never watched it, I watched it twice in a week. So I mean,
so
actually twice in 2 days.
Oh right, yeah.
I watched it back to back. So,
but yeah, if you haven't seen No Country for Old Men, definitely go watch that movie. It's a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous film. One of my favorites of all time. I think it transcends the genre of neo-Western, and really is something that I think we don't get to see much of as far as how it ended, how it goes about telling its story. It's great. It's a really good film. But yeah, that'll bring us to the end of this week's episode. We will see you next week.
Later.
Later.